Ugh, YouTube takes forever to realise that you've gone live every time. Right, anyway, welcome to F1 Manager 22 with the Williams team in Season 1. Radical decision, and I'm thinking actually I might change this one to be... You definitely couldn't. Be on lap 20 and then you've got a bit more tire life. But you... Yeah. Right. The reason I'm looking at doing it like that, soft tyres are worth half a second. They degrade at a tenth a lap, or with their degradation is quite high in comparison. But having Gasly start on the soft, hopefully keep up with the faster cars ahead. Because to be honest, we're going to be fighting over, 17th, 18th, 19th and 20th. So if we can get Gasly to keep up with those further down the field, we won't be challenging for points, but we can stay ahead of Aston Martin is the aim of the game. And hopefully Gasly can do it without spinning and go on to securing a finish ahead of the Aston Martins. Albon on the mediums and then going medium again, which is only worth nearly 3/10 a lap on race pace. Hopefully means that he can get away from the Aston Martins, and he's got a pit for softs, which will drop him back behind the Aston Martins towards the end of the race, but then would be over half a second faster because the tyre degradation would have kicked in, and we know that the Aston Martins aren't going to be putting 137.47 in anyway. But yeah, just we should be theoretically faster than the Aston Martins race pace wise regardless, but just want to secure it, and theoretically it should be a one-stop race, but we're going with a 2 just for the hell of it, and it's not going to rain or anything, so we can't take advantage of pitting that one lap earlier or being in the right position at the right time to go and pit because the rain's coming in within the next few minutes or within the next minute or so, and try and get the upper hand on the AI. Anyway, we start, may as well. So I'll be quiet while it's talking here.
As the sun continues to shine, it seems like nothing can dampen the mood of excitement here at the track. And there we have Pierre Gasly. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. And then we've got Alex Albon. Slower than most yesterday, so today they'll be starting from the bottom half of the grid. And we're just moments away now. And here we go with the French Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Funny, isn't it, how last race at Red Bull Ring, Gasly was up there fighting for a possible points finish.
That's right.
Yeah. We come to Paul Ricard, and we're
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And we're struggling. it.
And what you doing?
Well, Gasly's making a move. Did anyone else go with... Get rid of that. Did
And
anyone
a new
else?
position, just gained by Williams.
No. That is really interesting. Nobody else decided. But it's worth maybe... If it's worth half a second a lap over the hard tyres, maybe we could build up enough of a gap to our main rivals and get that, you know, pit stop. Or almost a full pit stop ahead of them, and being on fresher, faster tyres than them on any given stint, we could easily close them down and pass them later on in the race. And if a safety car comes out, it benefits us more than it will benefit everyone else, because our strategy was for a two-stop anyway. Depending on when the safety car came out, obviously. But we should realistically be going like this, shouldn't we? But yeah. I think I've got a cold coming, by the way, which is going to be fun. I'm sure a lot of people will be having a cold this year. The RS isn't active yet, is it? So now, theoretically, we can probably drag our softs into the window of the pit stop window of the mediums. Theoretically. We haven't got the pace down the straight to get past the Alpha Tower. That's fun. Stroll is already 2 seconds behind his own teammate. Okay, apparently we did get past the Alpha Tower. It's a different strategy, let's put it that way.
Was that a lock-up on the track? Let's have a look. Now let's look at this. The focus on Sonoda. That lock-up could have cost them dearly.
Yeah, that lock-up definitely cost them dearly. He's now down at the back. 2.5 seconds behind Stroll, which he should close up quite quickly on, but...
And that's a lock-up! Let's see what happened there. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here. Just a bit too heavy on the brakes, and they've locked up.
Oh dear.
The team are really...
We don't need to see the team response to that. So that's one team that was pressurising us, or one driver, and one that was ahead of us, locked up. I'll take it. Tyre wear, how are we doing? You know, we're not doing too bad compared to the mediums at this point. It was, wasn't it? He's the only one on the soft compound, which is ironic. And I know that I could go to hard if I wanted, if I dragged these right out. I go to here and go create dispose of that. Yeah, he could literally get them to the end. Ain't that funny? We'd have to pit on lap 18. Currently he's pitting the lap before then. If the safety car comes out, that will extend the tyre life of the and
there's an overtake from Williams.
that would benefit us even more. If he comes out in this first stint, of course. Which I don't think you really see many safety cars on this track. Maybe the virtual safety cars, but not actual full-on safety car. Okay. Now
And a new position just gained by Williams.
we're the ones that are going to be leading the train, the RS train, for now. That's okay. Don't mind. Nearly 10% off the mediums in comparison to Tire Deg. Who's on hard tires back there? Both of them of the Aston Martins, and what are they posting in lap times? 39.8. He's going, theoretically they're meant to be slower tyres, but he's posting faster times than we are. That just doesn't make sense. We are almost at the finish line. Let's see, what did we post? A 40.3, which is slower than the previous lap. And Vettel's already
was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
Gone over it, and he posted 39.8 again. Doesn't make sense. Why? I know that. Have they broken the tyres again in trying to make them work? That they've broken the times that they give.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place.
If that's the case, then that means that going hard is always going to be beneficial regardless. We'll have to try that one out with Albon, I think. Let him be our test subject. And see what kind of times he can do in comparison to what he's doing now. He's doing the same as Gasly.
That's a position gained for Alpha Tauri.
Just shy of him. 10th off his pace.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Hmm. Put windows open is one thing, but second off, he doesn't get his DRS. He's back within a second though. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. I really don't know if he could actually drag these tyres out. And that Vettel is definitely keeping up. I think if the DRS was broken from him, he would have fell back. It bodes well for him right now because he's on the harder compound. If the harder compound is equally, if not better than the mediums, then it makes no difference. And got squeezed again now, 1.2 seconds behind. They're faster than us through the, through all the different corners. Low, medium, fast. They're faster than us. We're miles behind on development in that area. But that isn't too bad. There you go, within DRS range of us now. Gasly's done well considering. And I know he's meant to pit this lap, but we're going to stretch them out a little bit. Like, what's their tyre deck? Actually, I think we will pit you this lap. We'll go medium. Should we just, yeah. What's the lap? Oh, we're only on lap 16. So, going to get eaten alive now, aren't we? Let's go. You know what? Let's go completely different, and we'll go hard. And we'll test the hard tyres out. This last lap was a 40.5. We was doing like the high 39s, wasn't it? Originally. High 39s, low 40s, so we'll see what his lap times are after his stuff. And see if the hard compound actually does work. Which we won't find out this lap, obviously. Is the pit stop really that long, or did we just screw up in the pits? Wow, we're closing down Stroll quite quickly. Took half a second out, nearly a second out of him this lap. Oh, never mind, back up to 9.7. Oh, he's got a DRS partner now, hasn't he? Huh. Interesting. So, just because he's got a DRS partner, he can maintain his gap. With worn out tyres, both of them, in comparison.
We've just had a spin.
Alonso. 39.6. Compared to his teammate who's on mediums doing a 39.9. Okay. We're bringing you in a lap early then. Ooh, that was close. Wow. So that battle that we was having up here, looks like they're going to end up being able to extend their gap over us. Funny enough, they're doing much faster times now that we're not there. This game really does like to cheat, doesn't it? It really does. All of a sudden, the tires that they should, the performance of the tires, or the performance the tires are meant to be able to give out, they start giving out when you're no longer on them, on the better tire, or a supposedly faster tire. Really funny. Tiffy. And you're on hard tires, okay. One Joey is pitting. Back. Oh, yeah, just him. Okay. And he's on his way out the pits. And we get him. Awesome. Oh, look at Mick Schumacher. Wow. What's he doing all the way up there? Holy. Wow. Obviously, he can just about get them to the end, so Albon might be able to go right to the end and Gasly might have to pit. Yellow flag. What happened?
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Oh, okay, Latifi.
We can take a look now. Now look at this. It was the AlphaTauri driver involved. And that spin is undoubtedly going to cost them.
Well, that's swim out of the run-ins, but you go for it, Mick Schumacher.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
And Guangzhou, it's okay. Almost caught up to Stroll now. 3 seconds behind him. Because he's no longer got his DRS partner.
A position gained for Alfa Romeo.
His tyres have really held on, haven't they? Again, we're only on lap 25, aren't we, I guess? But our tyres are degraded much faster than his have during the stint that, the time frame. Even though track grip is higher now. The yellow flag.
Spin out there? Let's take a look at the replay. Now let's have a look. It's Lance Stroll. What a spin out!
Oh, he blocks up. He blocked the track. Lovely. Thank you, Stroll. You moron. Which means that
just gained by Williams.
These are now out of the running for fighting with these guys when they pit. Thank you, Stroll. Much appreciated. The AI screwing us over as usual. It's coded into them.
Looks like that was a position gained for Alfa Romeo.
If you can screw the AI, the player over, screw them over. Because the game doesn't like it when you are on a better strategy than them or capable of finishing in a better position than what you should do. It's really taking the fight to, again, them all on hard tyres, so why not? Whoa, did you just gain an advantage going over the chicane? Looked that way, didn't it? And we can't do a replay to find out. Leclerc, you can get away with it. Unless it's, well, yeah. Oh, it's a Ferrari, not because it's Leclerc. It's a Ferrari. The FIA will be fine with it. If it's a Red Bull, they'll probably turn around and go, yeah, you should have gone a bit further over and just floored it. Make an even bigger advantage. We wouldn't have penalised you for it. I'm talking about being penalised. But it's going to be interesting. I don't have any faith in the FIA, to be honest. And I think a lot of fans have lost faith in them. But it's going to be interesting to see how the FIA respond with the punishment to both Aston Martin and Red Bull for their cap.
AlphaTauri gained a place.
Their cost cap. Going over the cost cap. You know, the reason a lot of people have lost further faith in them is at the Japanese Grand Prix, half points was expected to be awarded. Hence the reason Verstappen didn't even know he was champion. Full points were given. Well, first off, the FAA announced that they wasn't going to give any information as to what teams was in breach of the cost cap.
Someone spun out.
Until, oh really, Gasly, until the Monday. Then,
Williams there gaining several places in one go.
no, they gained a couple of places, not several places. Then, instead of bringing it out before the race weekend or during the race weekend, then in the Japanese Grand Prix.
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
Okay, stop telling us what the fuck's happening back there, will you? Then the FAA decide full points are awarded, and thus making Verstappen the world champion this year. But on top of that, Leclerc was given a 5-second penalty for cutting the final chicane on the final lap within, immediately after it was done, basically, which many people have pointed out when Perez done it a while back, it took a while before the penalty was handed out. And a lot of people have said, he didn't gain advantage. He did gain an advantage. It was clear to see. He cut the corner. He didn't gain the advantage after cutting the corner. He gained the advantage by blocking Perez to stop him from overtaking. Had he not made that mistake and locked up and been given a penalty, he would have it would have took the fight would have gone on for the next race rather than Verstappen wrapping the championship up in Suzuka as he did. So there's a lot of fans out there who've lost faith in the FAA for it, and I can understand why. So they've gone on to mediums. Let's see what they can do on their mediums. But as I was saying, yeah, we'll see. Everybody's saying that the budget, because they broke the budget cap, they definitely need to come hard on well, they're saying Red Bull, but it should be both teams personally. Because if they don't, what will happen is other teams will go, you know what? Red Bull went over by, even if it was only 2 million, they went over by 2 million, we'll go over by 2 million. Because all they did was get a little fine and a slap on the wrist and was sent on their way. And if the FIA then turned around and went, you guys are going to have a budget cut for the year after and all, and slam dunk them, then people will be like, hang on, you didn't do that to Red Bull and Aston Martin. So you're clearly favoritizing, and if they come out with a harsh budget cap or punishment over Aston Martin compared to Red Bull, people will be again. So they've got to punish both teams equally to what they've gone over the cap by. Otherwise, people just lose faith in the system when other teams do it and get punished harsher for doing it. And if they don't, even if and if them teams don't get punished any harsher than what Red Bull might this time around, it just means.
Who's that just crashed? Here's the replay. Okay, so there we have the Alpine.
It just means that they have the rights to continue doing it.
Goodness me, that is a serious.
It's not a serious accident, but yeah. And who was it that you hit? Alonso? Well, Alonso hasn't got any damage. Whereas Bottas has got front wing damage. Yeah, just
Looks
the
like
end plate.
Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
And now Bottas is in the pits, but well, that'll cost him quite dearly. He's gone on to softs. That's interesting. We haven't looked, have we? What? Okay. If he carries on, he might be able to actually take these tyres to the end.
Run wide.
We know you can. Even though you have kind of screwed your tyres up a bit more than after that spin as well. And use on them for a couple of laps longer than Albon. But it's pretty much the running for up here now.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place. Is that a new race position for Haas? And there's an overtake from Williams.
Know what Bottas does on them on them softs now that he's on them, and compared to everybody else who are in the 38s are ahead of him, or the 138s even, 36.7 of course. So he's just going to cruise up to the back of everybody. This is in the pits, which means no, you won't get him, but well, you might. Oh, you did get him. Okay. And Gasly's 1.3 behind him.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
I know theoretically you can get to the end. No. That's a lot of time to make up, isn't it? I don't think it's worth it. May as well just stay on them tyres and just go a bit faster.
Sounds like a spin.
Mick Schumacher, he was doing so well as well. Bottas has really closed in on Gasly.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there. Let's have a look. Now watch this. Here's Alonso's car. They've gone wide. They won't be happy about that.
Wow, you're really doing that. You didn't really lose much time on that, if any.
Oh, we've had a spin.
Vettel, well, that's good news. Vettel's now out of the fight. There goes Bottas.
Alfa Romeo just moved up a place. Oh, there's a spin. Let's take a closer look. Let's take another look. There we have Joe. Oh dear, oh dear. They've locked up and gone straight on. We
What?
can take a look now.
Seriously?
Now let's look. We're watching Nicholas Latifi. Well, they've locked up. They won't have been happy about that.
I'm sick of hearing they won't be happy about that. They won't be happy about that. Huh? Low laps remaining. Yeah, we already know that. You could push your fuel a little bit, actually.
Reduce the lift and co.
Yeah, copy.
Mm-mm-mm. Here we go. Final lap. And Albon gets Gasly back.
And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
Well, it's how we expected it to go, except we gained one extra place because of Sonoda. But it's how we expected it to go. Didn't expect anything more, to be honest. Haas extended their lead over us, but we ain't really fighting Haas this season. Well, that was Paul Ricard. So, Hungaroring next, or Hungaroring next even.